My interest is documenting how wildfires have changed over the time within the protected and non-protected areas, and then look at how we can incorporate local communities in the management of fires in these ecosystems. This particular project has been funded by my university at King's College to accelerate impact of community involvement in fire management frameworks in the country. And it builds from an initial workshop we had about decolonizing fire science, where most of the community and indigenous knowledge has been disrupted by colonization. And people are not fully involved in fire management or in the creation of fire management frameworks. So we thought it would be wise to start at the local level, look at how local communities can be involved in the management, and also utilize the indigenous knowledge that they have to manage fires which are now increasing in frequency and also in burnt areas. Most of the responses of Kenya has been reactive to fires. So after a fire happens, then we send the teams to manage fires. We do not have proactive management of fires, and even the frameworks to manage fires are more oriented to fire suppression. Like if a fire happens, then we have to suppress it within shortest time possible. But historically, fire is important because it has shaped the ecosystem since millions of years ago and has continued to do that up to date. So it's not always the case of us responding to it, but how we can use it or rather react or plan ahead before the fire happens. So we have always been reactive rather than proactive. And that has resulted to us incurring a lot of expenses in the management of fires, poor planning for fire management, because fire always gets us unaware. And our goal is to ensure that we are aware and we can use fire to manage fires even in future when they happen, because you can use fire to manage fire. You can burn the low vegetation to protect the tall trees, for example, when huge fires happen. So what we are encouraging now is proactive, like we can manage fire before it happens. So first of all, the bill only sets out penalties for people who set fire within the protected areas. One of the things the bill does not put into account is fires in what the bill defines as conservation areas. It only provides for protected areas, which are national parks, reserves, and sanctuaries. But we also have other conservation areas like ranches, conservancies that are also important, that are also affected by fires. And the bill does not include any regulation of fires in those areas, and they are as well affected by fires. So one of the things we are proposing is the inclusion of fire in the bill, as maybe somebody sets fire in a ranch would also be prosecuted with the same regulations within a national park. So that is one thing. The other thing is the bill proposes to have, or rather indicates there should be, you obtain a permit to burn an area, but it doesn't provide where you're supposed to get the permit from or who you're supposed to apply the permit to control or to use fire within your area. It also vaguely lists prescribed burning and controlled burning, but doesn't give the jurisdiction as to where you can apply fire, at what time, and the details of frequencies and what type of vegetation can be controlled with the fires, or where specifically. So these are some of the small things that we are proposing in the Act. We are also suggesting that we develop what we call integrated fire management plans, and they should be embedded in the Act to enable quick fire management within the protected and non-protected areas, or in general conservation areas. So the framework of integrated fire management is defined as the most holistic and inclusive management plan. Like, we want to involve everybody in designing frameworks that we can use to manage fires within our ecosystem. So one of the key things that we are putting here is the indigenous people knowledge and their practices in this concept, because they have managed fires for many years, even before colonization, and they existed with this ecosystem. So one of the key things we are introducing is the indigenous people knowledges and cultural practices that can be adopted to manage fires within these ecosystems. The other thing we are looking at is to have all the stakeholders, be it ranchers, be it agriculture, be it adjacent local communities to the protected areas, be it the protected area management. We are all bringing them together to define, or rather to develop the plan that will work for everyone in the ecosystem. So first, the plan is holistic, and secondly, it integrates both science that we are working on and indigenous people knowledge that they have and they have used all throughout their